First of all, for those of you who know, what's going on with Canada and the Philippines? Why am I getting all these Filipino people watching the video about Canada and the Philippines? That was months ago. And man, are they pissed off. And I don't even remember what the fuck I said in it. And I don't really recall being on a side at all. I mostly just thought it was silly that Canada was picking fights with all these countries. And that was months ago. Like, whatever. Everybody's all pissed off in the Philippines at me. So, I have been threatened. I'm not allowed to go to the Philippines, or I will die. And I never really plan on going to the Philippines, so that's fine. Whatever. Anyways, so... See, who expected me to put the intro in right there? Right? Right? Subverting expectations. That's what we're talking about today, folks. What does it mean? How can it be used properly? Right? And how has it been used improperly very recently? Right? Subverting expectations. What is it? I have a beautiful example. It's from Game of Thrones. Does anybody remember Ed Stark? Right? Anybody remember good old Ned Stark? Right? Ned. You remember him? Lost his head. Man went crazy. Like, you watched the show and you loved Ed. He was a fucking great guy. He was so good. He was the bright, shining beacon of light in that dark-ass fucking world. And all this shit happens to him. And you're thinking to yourself, man, they're setting him up bad. This is bad. And things just continue to cascade around him, and he just, for the most part, is like, well, I believe in the king. You know, like, he's just so naive, it seems, about so much of it, all the way up until the end. And, you know, there's the whole scene of Sansa asking for mercy, and you're thinking to yourself, they're not going to kill him. He's like the main character of the fucking show. The whole goddamn show revolves around Ed Stark going to fucking be the king's hand. Like, it's what the show is about right now. This dude doing this. Like, what? You're not going to kill him, right? That's an expectation. You're not going to kill the main character of the show. That's ridiculous. Who does that? And then they subvert your expectations by killing the main character of the show, going, bitch, in case you hadn't noticed, there is no main character to this show. Right? And that sets a theme for the show. Characters are going to die. This shit happens. It's real fucking life. Right? It's a more gritty, accurate portrayal of real fucking life. So that, I thought, was a beautiful way of subverting expectations. Right? And people were pissed. Everybody was upset when it happened. But it's like, hey man, people that read the books are like, hey, you think that's bad? You're not even halfway through the first book yet. Like, this shit is no joke. If you're not up to it, like, if you can't handle this dude going, come on. So, but it went over smooth. The show was still huge. Still huge. The Red Wedding comes along. Right? And everybody's thinking to themselves, they're not gonna fucking kill this guy on his wedding day. Like, he's the main character of the show. It's all about him. We like him out of all of them. He's our favorite. What? And then they kill everybody. Because again, it's like, but it was, these things, Joffrey essentially swung the axe. You knew that mad little fuck was going to kill him. You knew! You wanted to deny it. You wanted to say, no, there's no way they're going to kill the main character of the show. I love that guy. Don't kill him. Like, you didn't want it to happen. But you fucking well knew. And if you didn't know, you're a child. Grow up. Right? With the Red Wedding. You fucking knew Walter Frey was going to do something. He was going to sell them out somehow. You knew it. You were just waiting for it to happen. But when the entirety of the show revolves around Daenerys Targaryen not being a fucking crazy ass Targaryen, and what happens? She just winds up being a crazy ass Targaryen. You didn't subvert expectations. You did exactly what they talked about the whole show. The whole show they said she could go crazy, and you went, yep, she goes crazy. And it's like, in that moment, you're thinking she's going to go crazy, and then she doesn't go crazy, and you go, ah. Or she goes crazy, and you go, well, what the fuck was all that worth then? What did we go through all that for? All that shit with Jorah and Sir Barristan Selmy, Barristan the Bold. All these people that tried to teach her and guide her along the way. And what did it matter? Fuck all. Why? Because they killed Missandei. Why, dude? And what really drives me nuts about it is that they did it 3 fucking times to you. They kill Missandei. And what does she do? She turns around and she walks away. I think that would have been prime time for her to jump up on the dragon and to show the really cool scene of Cersei gloating as, you know, she thinks that she's going to fly off, and have the dragon just burn that fucking whole section of the castle wall down. Right? Kill Cersei and all her guards. Maybe some civilian casualties. Bam! There you go. In that situation, fuck it. Why not? Right? Oh, I know. The ballista. Well, what did they matter when it came time to her burning the fucking city? Fuck all. That's what it mattered. She just took them all out. So, they established later that's at least fucking possible, and come the fuck on, they're firing ballista at a flying... Anyways. But that would have been a time where if she went fucking nuts, you'd go, they did kill Missandei right in front of her, you know? If she went nuts and murdered everybody in the city, you'd go, well, fuck me, that's a bit much. But if, you know, there was some sort of an attack, you'd go, that's what you get, right? If she would have fucking took out the Greyjoy fleet after they killed the other dragon, right? They kill the dragon, she gets pissed. She goes in to roast them, and then turns away. I'm like, why? They establish a short time later that she can just fucking torture them all to death, so why the fuck didn't she? What could they have really done? When it all comes down to it, she's on a flying creature. If they wanted to have any sort of sense of realism to it at all, which apparently they didn't, but whatever, you know, like, yeah, she could have roasted them all, just like she did. But why the fuck didn't she do it then? At that point, there would have been no civilian casualties. And that would have made a huge, huge dent in Cersei's everything. To have that whole part of the fleet just fucking gone. Her sea commander gone. They killed the fucking dragon. He said, bitch, you killed one of my dragons. What do you think was going to happen? And nobody would have had a problem with it. Would have made total sense. Why? Because you knew at some point she was going to have to snap. But for fuck's sake, man. Losing the second dragon and destroying the fleet, that wasn't good enough? You had to fucking have her lawn mow the whole goddamn city with fire? Because at that point, you're kind of sitting there going, okay, so now you're just setting her up to be the last villain. And then it's all just predictable from there. Well, obviously Jon's gonna kill her. Somebody's got to kill her. Can't let her crazy ass go run around wherever the fuck she wants. She's got a dragon. So obviously it's got to be Jon. Who else is going to do it? It's not going to be Tyrion. So, right? And then it all plays out as expected. Because no expectations were subverted. There was no question where it went from there. It was all obvious. Even Bran becoming king, Jesus Christ, they foreshadowed the shit enough. You want to be the Lord of Winterfell, Bran? Nah, don't want to be the Lord of Winterfell. Oh, we found out the whole time he had grand plans. No, he's going to be king, so he can go fuck off and walk around looking fucking for the dragon or whatever. And Tyrion's got to be king. He just made Tyrion king. That's it. It's just, no, Tyrion, you're king. So, we're all going to vote for Bran. So that Bran can elect Tyrion. So the vote didn't fucking matter. Tyrion's king. So the whole scene of him saying we should vote. And then they vote. And then Bran just goes, Tyrion's king. After they said, Tyrion, you want to be king? No, I don't want to be king. And Bran said, fuck you, bitch. You're king. Well, he did. Right, whatever. Like, whatever. I guess at the end of the day, you can say everybody got their fucking thing. Jon got to go live with the free folk. He's going to go be king beyond the wall. Great. To go and just live where it's really fucking cold. Enjoy that. I mean, there's, you know, who gives a shit? There's nothing up there now. It's just cold. No more dead things coming after you. But I think all the giants are dead now, too, so... What other weird shit's up there? Fucking Grunkins and Snarks and whatever. They all died. Got brought down to the south where they died at the north. Piss away the storyline. The thing that really subverted my expectation with all of it was just how rushed it all was. It was just like, let's just get this done. I was just fucking done with it. Let's get this done. My mother says to me, they wanted to do that because they needed to go work on Star Wars. I'm like, that's fucking Disney. What does that have to do with HBO? And she's like, no, the writers for the show, they're writers on the new Star Wars. And I'm like, oh. Oh, it all makes sense now. So they just fucking rush that shit so that they can go and make a movie that nobody wants to see. And these assholes are writing it. Like, you know it's going to be hysterical? When they credit from the writers of Game of Thrones Season 8 before a fucking trailer for Star Wars and everybody goes, ah, and fucking turns it on. I don't even watch the trailer. Fuck that shit. Like, I know it's going to be bad writing in the trailer. Like, come the fuck on, man. So they just pissed it away. They did 7 fucking years and then pissed away the 8th year so that they could go make fucking shitty Star Wars. Like, it's just a cascade of horse shit. It just keeps coming and coming. The more you learn about what's happening, it's just a cascade of horse shit. And I'm like, alright, whatever. Fuck it. Like, and I don't know. It just cracks me up. Like, the whole thing makes me laugh. People want them to fucking reshoot. And I'm like, no. Don't do it. Fuck Martin. This asshole dicked around for 8 years. And he wrote one fucking book. He put out one book in that whole time. He could have done another book. Right? And then they'd have had something to fucking go off of. Or at least given him something to go off of. Fucking, I don't even know what his part in this whole thing was. I've got people telling me that he's wicked pissed. I've got people telling me that he's signed off on everything. And so there. And I'm like, well, if he signed off on everything, good luck selling that next fucking book. Nobody's going to fucking buy it. Because seriously. You want to read the long-form version of Season 7 and 8? As they stand right now? Really? Because I'm thinking, if he wants to sell a fucking book, he's going to have to fucking change it. He's going to have to be like, look, what you saw in the show is not what you're going to read about in the book. And then that's going to be like all he says about it, and people will buy it like mad. But by doing that, he's essentially going, yeah, HBO, took my baby and fucked it raw. So I had to patch up my baby's asshole and then turn it into an adult and undamaged, and that was rough. But I think I got it, and I don't know, man. Like, that's pretty much what he's got to do, because otherwise, good luck to him, because I ain't fucking reading that shit. Hell no. I'm gonna go. Like, I'll go to the store. I'll go to the bookstore. It's been forever since I've actually been to a bookstore. But I'll go to the bookstore, and I'll grab the copy up, and I'll turn to, like, the last 2 or 3 pages, and it's just like, John killed Danny, and then he went to go live with the free folk. I'm gonna be like, yeah, fuck this shit, and I'm not gonna read it. Like, nah, don't care. Whatever. Like, and honestly, if that winds up being the thing, if it winds up being she goes fucking insane, fine. But, like, you gotta flesh it out a little bit more than that, man. You can't have her go through 7 seasons of losing people, have her lose a dragon and a chick, and now she's Hitler. Yeah, whatever. So, yeah. Gotcha. Show's over. I'm done with it. I think this will officially be the end of it for me. I just, like, there's so many things I want to say about it, the whole thing. It's been 15, actually thought about it today. It's been at least 15 to 16 years that I have been invested in this affair. Because I started reading the books about 15 to 16 years ago. And I read all the books. And I watched all the show. And it's like, after that, I'm like, and seriously, what assholes the writers are that they decided to just fucking ham-hand this shit and just fucking push it out. We gotta wrap everything up in one episode. What are our big overarching storylines? We gotta wrap it out in one episode. Just fucking, whatever we need to do. Just, Arya comes out of smoke, kills the fucking Night King. Done. You're just gonna bury Cersei. Fuck it. Dany goes crazy, buries the whole thing. Fuck it. Done. And what are we gonna do about Dany? Jon just kills her. Let's just get done with it. Fuck it. What are we doing here? Whatever. That's what pisses me off the most, I think. I think when it all comes down to it, I can see how they could have actually done this storyline and had it make sense, had it be a little bit better, a little bit more fleshed out. Had they actually done 13 episodes this season, I think it would have been a hell of a lot more palatable, and I think it would have been a hell of a lot better. But doing a lot of this, well, Jon's got a better claim to the throne than Dany does, and then fade to black. And it's like, dude, we don't even get to see Sansa and Arya go, like, nothing. We don't, you know what I mean? Like, that's that kind of lazy ass writing shit where it's just, we're just trying to fucking just get done with this shit. And I think that that's piss fucking poor, considering that the amount of investment from the audience, the popularity of the show. That's essentially the people who wrote this shit and who made all these decisions just pissing in your face. So that's kind of what I'm taking away from it at the end. I now, in retrospect, having thought about it, it reminds me a lot of other shows like Dollhouse. I don't know why, but for some odd reason I was big into Dollhouse. I don't know, whatever. It was one of the goofy fucking shows that I enjoyed. Sue me. But, like, I think they did like 3 seasons of it. And at the end of the 2nd season, they said, yeah, we're not going to pick this up but for one more season. And they were like, we had like 4 seasons planned. So they had to, like, condense one entire season into, like, a fucking 5-minute montage of clips where they kind of roughly explained what happened. And then they just did the 4th season. Like, you know what I mean? It felt the same. It was just rushed, like, we just want to give you a complete story. You know, like, I don't know. But this, they just didn't give a shit. They were like, fuck it. Let's be done with this. We gotta go make Star Wars. Because everybody really wants to see that.